So I've had to start another stream because, well, I don't know, the scheduled stream just absolutely would not work. So I'm hoping that you guys see that I'm here and will move over and come and watch this stream because it's really frustrating. So I don't know what went wrong. It worked perfectly well the other day, and then today it just would not let me stream. It just kept saying I needed to download some software, which is really weird because obviously I just use my webcam. I don't use streaming software, so I don't know. I do apologise. But on with the show. Let's get to the session. So today is it's a little bit kind of a dynamic yoga mixed in with a couple of yin poses. So we're going to get straps and blankets and cushions and stuff as well, and get some movement going on in the body and some heat going through the body. So happy Saturday morning. Let's get to it. Okay. So to start off with, I'm just going to come into standing pose. Just going to take a few breaths here, just to allow me some time to forget the technical issues and just connect with my mat. Just relax the shoulders, relax the neck, even though we're nice and tall. Okay. Bring your hands into prayer position. You're going to stay tall through the legs. And on the inhale, you're going to lift up and exhale them down. It's here. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. So we're working with the breath a bit as well today. So in between these movements, we're actually holding our breath. We're not actually breathing in or out. Two more. Last one. Okay. Now we're going to bend the knees and lean forward. You should feel a stretch up the back of your calves. We're going to drop, have our feet nice and aligned, and drop the buttocks. You're just going to sweep the floor and then drop down. Inhale and sweep the floor. Exhale, drop down. Just going to move across on my mat. So try and get your knees and your ankles stacked. We're dropping that buttocks as much as we can. Shoulders are relaxed and keeping a straight back. Just feel some heat building. Drop your hands down to the floor. Just straighten those legs. Going to step wide. We're going to drop our hands down if we can. We'll go onto your fingertips actually. And then from here, I'm going to bend the knees and then straighten back up again. Now, if bending the knees, dropping that tailbone, this is too much, just stay here. You can just stay in this position and just have a nice stretch. But if you're okay with the movement, just going to keep doing this. So bending, dropping down on the exhale, straightening up on the inhale. It's slow and methodical. We're not bouncing around, not jerking, not like twisting. It's really slow and considered movements. Okay, we're going to do one more like this. Down and then up. And then this time, when we're coming up, we're going to kind of do almost like a cat-cow with our back. So as we're dropping the knees and dropping the tailbone, you're going to arch your back a little bit. So we're pushing our belly towards the floor. And then when we're coming up, we're really rounding through the shoulders and rounding that back. So again, we're dropping down on the exhale, bringing everything together, relaxing that shoulders, dropping that back. And we're coming up on the inhale, dropping that head down, arching the back. And again, if these movements are too much, just either go to the length that you can go, or just stay in the stretch still if you can manage it. Okay, we've got 2 more of these. 2. 1. Okay, walk your feet in just a little bit. And then bring your hands slowly up the legs. Taking your right foot, going to point it towards the short end of the mat. You should have a nice triangle going on in the legs. If I turn this away a little bit more. And we're going to go again with the heel of the left foot should be kind of in line with the right foot. So we've got a nice angle and we've got a nice triangle going on in the leg. Arms stretch out to the side. I'm just going to reach over and touch the floor or the heel. You can do it on the inside, you can do it on the outside. Whatever feels comfortable for you. I'm going to get that arm up. And then we're going to come back up again. We're going to do 5 of those. So that's 5. hold it for a breath. Then come up. Remember, we're keeping our hips straight as we can. So when we're dropping down, the hips are staying as straight as they can. Work with the breath. Last one on this side. Swap feet round. Drop your arms. Right foot facing the front. Left foot facing the short end of your mat, or if you're like me at a weird angle. Try and get them to line up because they might have moved a little bit. That's fine. Arms out again. We're going to go over to the right. Breath here. And then up. Just go as far as you can go. Really strong on those legs. Remember to relax those shoulders. If you need to bend that knee, you can bend the knee. Last one on this side. Okay. Just bend those knees. Turn your feet out and your heels in. Just going to stay here just for a minute. Again, if this is too much, be up higher if you need to be. Or you can also lean, get closer to a wall, lean on the wall, that's fine. However low you can go with a nice straight back, tall crown. Hands are resting literally right in the creases. It's long. And then straighten up. Lean forward. Try and keeping your legs in the same place. Back up. Bend down. It's a good one for balance, this. Up. Lean forward. Up. And bend down. You might find you go further, which is good. Remember, however far down you go, you've got to come back up. Lean forward. Back up. Drop down. Lean forward. Two more of these. Work with your breath. Last one. Just relax. Okay, gonna come down onto our knees. Grab some cushions and blankets. Gonna rest these legs. Take a nice restful pose. So we're on our knees. Bolster or blanket between the legs. Cushions, blocks, whatever you've got. just gonna lean over, nice and supported. You're going to take this position for a few minutes. We're going to be here for at least 3 minutes, and make sure you're really comfortable. Now, your toes can either be pointing in, your big toes can be pointing in together, or if it's more comfortable to have them slightly wide and your hips sit between, kind of your buttocks sit between the feet, that's fine, whatever's comfortable, because like I said, you're going to be here for a few minutes. So really get comfortable. Now, I don't like having my face kind of in things and feeling like it's difficult to breathe. So although this is, on your forehead is better, I'm going to have a bit of a gap between the pillows for mine. So really stretching out those deep tissues in the legs now. Make sure that the shoulders are relaxed and down, away from the ears. And even though we're kind of resting on cushions, we still want to have height through the crown. We still want it to be tall and straight. Don't want slouchy and, twisted, because you're just going to cause more problems. So we want it still to be nice and tall, but supported and feeling rested. Just about 1 more minute here. Although it's Saturday morning, could probably have about another 20 minutes here. That would be nice. But no, we're going to move on to the next move. Okay, from this position, just come up onto all fours and then just move the cushions, blankets to one side. We're going to step back out with our feet, and then we're in a plank position. Now, if this is too much, you can go down onto your elbows. If it's still really too much, you can support yourself. Just going to have a bit of fun here for a minute. So left leg up and down. Right leg up and down. And as you're doing that, I want you to push backwards, almost as if you're going into a three-legged dog. And if this is too much, you can either stay in plank or just lift the leg and hold it there. Remember, we're going with the breath. So the inhaler's up. And the exhaler's down. Okay, drop to the knees. Uncurl the toes. And if you can, twist those hands. And then come up. Relax down. Come up. Relax down. Now this is really strong on the arms, so if it's painful, just keep your arms here. Drop down. Come up. Drop down. Come up. Or you might only be able to get your hands out here. Up and down. Lifting up. That's fine. But what you'll find is if you do manage to get your hands completely around, as you come up, there's only so far you can go anyway. Because you get a really big stretch along the inside of the forearms. Okay, 2 more here. 2. 1. Drop your hands back round. Tuck your toes under and push back. All the way forward. And then push back. We're keeping those toes tucked. So even when we're coming forward, we're still keeping the toes tucked. We're not straightening them out. Back. We're holding it in the sleeping swan position. Coming into kind of an adjusted cobra just very shortly, very briefly. Go back into the sleeping swan and then holding it for at least a breath. To adjusted cobra. Okay, back on all fours. So bring your knees in so that they're stacked under your hips. Bring your arms in so that your wrists and elbows are stacked under your shoulders, but try and be a bit relaxed in those shoulders. Don't want it too hard. And we're just from here going to lift the left leg up, forwards, and then back. And drop it down. We're going to do the same on the right. We're going to bring it forward, back, and drop it down. To the left. Keep going. Remember, it's a gentle movement. No jerking. And if it's too much, just stay on your hands and knees few more on each side. Two more on each side. Should be the last one on each side. My belly's growling for its breakfast. I don't know if you can hear it. Okay. Drop your arms down. Just bring your chin to the mat. And then lift back up. Arms down, chin to the mat. And lift up. As we're dropping down on the exhale. Taking a breath. And then up on the inhale. And down on the exhale. Taking a breath. And up again. Now remember still, even though we're doing these movements, we're keeping the shoulders away from the ears. I'm going to stop that breath in the middle now. So we're just going to drop down on the exhale. Straight back up on the inhale. But it's still controlled, not jerking. No idea what's going on. Stretch the arms out in front of you. And drop your shoulders, drop your chest down. And lift up. Take it into like a bleeding heart. Keeping that movement going. Now again, if the movement's too much, you can either stay in the bleeding heart, stay here, or just stay here and stay stretched. Whatever works for you. Dropping down, the exhale. And up on the inhale. Nice and controlled. Bring your arms back. Just going to turn to the side. So come around to your right side. Stretch that left leg out. And just sit back. That right leg. Keep twisting. You'll get a stretch, and you should get a bit of a stretch. Bring it forward. Bring that leg back. Twist round to the left. Leg out to the side. And then come forward. Keep going. Opposite sides. Work with your breath. Those of you who are wondering what I'm doing, if we were doing this as a yoga pose, we would be like this. This is the actual yoga pose, which is like a gate latch. But obviously we're not doing the gate latch. We're just using the legs and stretching through. Well, we are using the gate latch, but not the full arm extension of it. Using it in dynamic yoga just to stretch out those sides. 2 more on each side. Walking those hands, stretch the leg. Feel the stretch. And you stretch your leg. Come back. Last one on each side. Okay. Up onto your buttocks. And grab cushions. One under the small of your back. Couple under your legs. Under the knees. You may need one at your head. Let's see. Lean over. This is quite a strong bend on the back, so if you don't, or if it's painful, having that bend on your back, just relax out of the pose. Or have a smaller cushion. I mean, you could even use a block. You could put a block here if you wished. Making sure the shoulders are staying away from the ears. Okay, slowly bring your back up. I'm going to take these cushions and blankets out. I'm going to grab straps. Left mine up there. Lay back down. Now, you can, if you wish, either have a block or a cushion underneath the thighs. You're going to just lift up. If you can't, we're just going to lift and then drop down. So we're going to clasp our feet, relax the shoulders, stretching out the back. And then we're going to lift up and try not to use your arms to lift yourself up. You want to use the core muscles. And we're going to drop down. Now, the reason I said you can have a block underneath is because if, for example, you get there and you think, oh, actually, up and down is going to be too painful, just have the block and just stay there in this position. And you'll still get a nice stretch. You just won't get the dynamic movement. And for some people, if they've got like smaller blocks, they can have the block there and they can do their movement off the block. So they're not actually going all the way to the floor. And what you're doing is you're using your core muscles and your buttocks and your glutes and even a bit of the groin to kind of just lift yourself up. But if you can go all the way through, we're going to keep doing that. Remember to work with the breath. So we're going up on the inhale. We're dropping on the exhale. Now, if you find that you're putting too much pressure through your heels or through your shoulders when you're doing this, it means that you're not using the core muscles, you're not engaging that part of your body enough. So just really focus on using and crunching these muscles to lift you up. And you should still have light movement in the feet and the arms. You should feel a small amount of pressure on the heels and on the shoulders, but you shouldn't be relying on them to, have you up in the air. You can always test that out by lifting a leg or two and seeing if you've really kind of engaged those core muscles. Okay, last two, this. One more for luck. Okay. So, we just straighten out our legs. Pop your arms behind you. And lift the legs one at a time, just slightly. Now you can have your arms straight. Obviously my sofa's here. I don't want you to think I'm cheating by holding onto the sofa. That's why I've got my arms tucked here. And again, if it's too much, you can use the strap. Tuck that round your foot. And just lift. And then when if you've only got one strap, you can just swap your feet over and lift. If you've got two straps, you could have one in each hand. My hip clicked there. Again, you're using those abdominal muscles, you're using your core muscles to help move the legs. Got muscles that attach in here in the abdomen and go down into the thighs. And that's kind of the muscle group that we're working on. Getting some hip flexors as well going with the movements. Really these big kind of group of muscles. And the legs don't have to come really high. You just have to be really engaging that core. You might just be doing this. That might be all that you can manage. But as long as you're engaging the core to do it, it's fine. Okay. Relax the legs down. What we're going to do now, so we're kind of going to do like a boat, but not a straight-legged boat, although my core's getting better, so I'm getting better at this. I'm going to keep the legs bent. We're going to lay down. We're going to come up and bring elbow to knee. And then lay down. And come up from elbow to knee. Now you can bring them in like this if you wish. It's fine. Pardon me. But what we're hoping is get a bit more twist in the back. Now again, you could get your strap, do it around the knees and have it round that's underneath the body. It'll be underneath the body first. Just pretend that you're tying it properly, and that will keep it there in place. And then you can use your elbows to lift up and get you that twist. But if you can do it without using the straps or blocks, that's fine. If you can't get the movement, or that feels too much, just hold your legs in this position. You can even just come up and just hold on like this. You don't have to move, you can hold on the outside. You can also hold on down here, just lift your shoulders off the floor a bit more. But kind of engage your feet. And remember to use the breath. And we're going for a twist in the body. Keep the tension in the neck light. Well, actually, try not to have any tension in your neck at all. I know it's difficult when you're lifting yourself up, but you really need to be trying to lift and shift from the core. If you do feel like you're getting tension in the neck, just cup your hands behind your neck. Just gently lifting up. You're going that way. A few more. Okay, relax the legs down. Relax the neck. You're just going to twist the knees over to the left side. Pop your arms out to the side. And drop your head to look to the right. So the knees are pointing to the left and your head is to the right. Now if you need blankets, cushions, whatever to hold yourself in this position, that's fine. If not, we're just going to be here for about 2 minutes. We're continuing with this stretch across the side. So once we've done this side, we are going to go to the other side. We're just elongating everything, stretching those obliques. Okay, bring the knees up to centre and your head back to centre. I'm just going to go in the opposite direction. I'm going to drop the knees to the right. We're going to look to the left. And again, if you need the cushions or supportive blankets or strap or whatever it is that you need, just pop them in, get yourself comfortable. And while you're here, and we're stretching out our sides, just have a think about your breath. A lot of work with the breath today. But actually think about how much it helps. Okay, bring your legs back up to centre. Head back to centre. Grab hold of your strap. Last couple of movements and then we're going to go into Shavasana. So, make it so that your strap is a loop. So it's kind of like another yin pose actually. Just going to be here for a few minutes doing this one. It loops over your feet. As you lay back, just lift those legs as high as you can get them. Hopefully straight. And we're going to cup, that's my head digging in. I'm going to cup the strap around the base of the neck and straighten out those legs. Now, you may not be able to get the legs all the way straight. When you do, you kind of get a bit of a lift going on. And we're just going to relax here. But this might be too much, so you might need to just have the legs bent a little bit. Now, this might not feel comfortable for everybody. Where it sits on the base of the neck, you need to be really careful. So if you've got neck injury, this probably isn't the one for you. And what I would suggest is you just hold your strap and just relax. You're still getting a really big stretch along the back of your legs, but you're not putting any pressure on your neck, because the last thing you want to do is cause yourself more damage. But if your neck is fine and you don't mind this position, because I mean, don't forget, not everybody likes this. When I first started doing this, it used to really, really stress me out. I didn't feel comfortable at all. And you can just relax. You can hold on to the back of your legs, drop your arms. Some people even rock side to side slightly. Themselves a bit of a massage over their kidneys and their lower back. And some people hold their arms out, palms either way. You could even Get on with your going. Okay, we're going to come out of this pose. So however you're in the pose, just gently release your legs, drop them down. And we're just going to extend our arms, just stretch. And from this position, we're going to turn over onto our belly. Lifting the legs off the floor, arms back, lift up. And relax down. And we're going to do this 10 times. In, up on the in-breath. And down on the exhale. Now, if you can't do this, you can either stay in the pose, which is here, or you can use your strap and hold on with the strap and hold yourself in the pose. This is really strong on the back, so be careful. Should be our last couple. And if you've already done them, you can stop. I'm going to do one more for luck because I've lost count. Okay. Placing your hands either side of your chest. Just come back up onto all fours. I'm just going to drop down into child's pose. Okay. Back onto your knees. Right. So we're going to take corpse pose. We're going to do it supported. So lots of blankets and cushions under the knees. Under your feet, whatever you've got, just give yourself a bit of support. You can even put one under your back if you wish. You could even, if you want, put them under your arms just to give that extra bit of support. I can't bother to get another cushion then to go under this arm. And just let your body flop. Relax the jaw. Take a good yawn. And relax it down. And have it so that it's slightly open. And that way you know there's no tension. Very hard. Hard tension in your jaw when it's open. But if you have your mouth closed, it's really easy to hold the tension because you find yourself clenching your teeth, your tongue stuck to the roof of your mouth. And these are all signs that there's tension through the neck and through the jaw. So if you open that jaw slightly, all of that, you should feel it all just relax. And then elongate the neck, nice and tall through the crown. Bring those shoulders down. And just focus on your breathing. Just lay here, just feel your body relaxing, kind of melting into the mat. That's the reason that you have these supports, to stop them becoming one with the earth. I want you to have a scan of your body. It's quite a powerful session today. So does anywhere feel different? Does anywhere feel like it needs maybe an ice pack or a heat pack or just an extra bit of love and attention over the next couple of days? Does anywhere feel really good after that session? Okay, slowly bringing your awareness back to your body. Start wiggling those fingers and toes. Some rotations of the ankles and the wrists. I'm going to bring the knees in. Hook all that energy in. Roll over onto the side. Few breaths here. Slowly, with the eyes closed, come back to seated. Bring your palms together. Pop a beautiful smile on your face. Slowly blink those eyes open. So from my heart to yours, namaste. Now hopefully that session was okay. It was a bit tough in places, I know, but I feel like, we've been doing this a long time and you're really good. We're all getting there. And it's funny actually because I can even see the improvement in my own body, in my postures, in the way that I'm holding the poses. in the positions that I'm able to get into, I feel like there's definite improvement. So I know you guys who are sticking with me and doing it regularly, you're going to be having the same benefits as well, which is what it's all about. It's what it's all about. It's about me learning and helping you and helping me at the same time. So thank you for being on this journey with me. And I love you all. Have a lovely Saturday.